Michael Birnbaum from the Washington Post. Mr. Secretary, Mr. Foreign Secretary, question about ATACMS. Long-range missiles, Storm Shadows. How worried are you at this point about managing escalation with Russia, based on your conversations today? And does the Ukrainian desire to use ATACMS, Storm Shadows, long-range missiles against the Kerch Bridge that connects Crimea to mainland Russia make sense to you strategically? And what's your personal view of whether Ukraine needs this long-range capability of striking into Russian territory, especially now that, as you say, Iran has facilitated Russia's ability to strike more deeply into Ukraine? And Mr. Foreign Minister, former President Donald Trump was asked a couple times last night at the debate whether he was committed to Ukrainian victory. He said he wanted the war to end as quickly as possible, but he didn't say yes to victory. I wanted to ask what you made of that and what kind of plans you are making in case there is a change in U.S. policy sometime soon. Thanks a lot.
Michael, thank you very much. I'm happy to start. First, we had a very good discussion today with the Foreign Minister, with President Zelensky, with his whole team about the situation on the battlefield, Ukraine's objectives, and what it needs to succeed going forward. And among other things, we discussed long-range fires, but a number of other things as well. And as I said at the outset, I'm going to take that discussion back to Washington to brief the President on what I heard. I know that David's doing the same. And both of our bosses, no doubt, will discuss this when they meet later this week, actually on Friday, in Washington. Just speaking for the United States, from day one, as you've heard me say, we have adjusted and adapted as needs have changed, as the battlefield has changed, and I have no doubt that we'll continue to do that as this evolves. You referenced escalation. Of course, that's one of the factors that we always consider, but it's certainly not the only factor, and it's not necessarily a dispositive factor. We have provided, as you know, extraordinary support to Ukraine over these more than 2 years. Not just training, not just money, but among our most sophisticated weapon systems. Again, tied to what their needs are, tied to what can make them most effective. And I think the track record is there. We're determined to ensure that they have what they need to succeed. And when it comes to escalation, you made the point yourself. We've seen Russia now pursue and indeed escalate its attacks inside Ukraine on civilians, on energy infrastructure, as well as on the Ukrainian military that's defending its country. And we've now seen this action of Russia acquiring ballistic missiles from Iran, which will further empower their aggression in Ukraine. So if anyone is taking escalatory action, it would appear to be Mr. Putin and Russia. I'll leave specific targets and questions for the experts. And of course, I don't have personal views. I have professional views in my capacity as Secretary of State. And I'll be sharing what we've learned on this trip with the President in the coming days.